It's verse 29. Whoever brings ruin on their family will inherit only wind, and the fool will be servant to the wise. This is the word of the Lord. King James says, whoever troubles their own house will inherit the wind. NIV says brings ruin. Different translations say different things about this idea of causing trouble in a family. Now, I don't know about you, but the older I get, the more I desire is peace. That's it. I don't crave excitement. I don't want the next big new thing. I want peace. And what Proverbs tells us is for peace to reign in our homes, where does it have to begin? It has to begin with us. It has to begin with us. It has to begin with me. If I want peace in my house, it has to begin with me. Because how easy is it to stir people up? Pretty easy. And if you've raised children or grandchildren or nieces or nephews or been around young adults, no offense, Colin, you understand several things about them. Number one, they take what you say literally. And number two, they quickly learn what buttons to push. But where do they learn that? From us. We teach them what buttons to push. I can't complain that my 8-year-old granddaughter, she would quickly correct me on that. I can't complain that my 8-year-old granddaughter knows exactly what buttons to push because I've shown her what buttons to push. But what Proverbs is talking about is this bringing trouble on your own house, bringing ruin on your own house, bringing dissension in your own house. I can't control the world, but I do have some control over my home. All right? I do have some control over my home. And if I am constantly stirring the pot at home, what do I expect to get? Chaos, trouble, anarchy, all of these things. And where is our haven in this life? Where should it be? It should be home. It absolutely 100% should be home. I've always loved this proverb because this idea of inheriting the wind, that word inherit is very intentional. We use it all the time. But here it says, if you trouble your own house, what you will inherit is wind. And wind is nothing. Nothing. What you will inherit is absolutely nothing if you cause trouble in your own house. And we see this all the time. All the time. If I can't get along with my family, now I didn't say agree with my family. If I can't get along with my family, who can I get along with? Because who has the closest connection to me? It should be my family. It absolutely should be my family. Because who do we spend, again, who should we be spending the most time with? Our family. Who should we be dealing with more and more and more? Our family. Because an interesting thing happens when you have a family, and it doesn't matter what the family looks like. There is no such thing as a normal family. Okay, get over that. Every family is dysfunctional. The question is, what is the level of dysfunction? Okay? There is no, what was that old show, Leave It to Beaver, the Cleavers? There is no family like that. There never has been. Every family has their own issues that they deal with, and the question is not, do you have issues? The question is, how do you deal with them? And you are the one to decide how you deal with them. You. You can poke the bear, or you can pour oil on the water. You can stir things up, or you can be the peacemaker. It's interesting that if you fast forward to the New Testament, the Sermon on the Mount, Christ says, blessed are who? Blessed are the peacemakers. Blessed are the peacemakers. And quite frankly, there's just not enough peacemakers in the world today. There's not enough people who are willing to say, it's okay. It's okay. Because what it means when we talk about home and family and all of that stuff is that we love them in spite of what they think and what we think. Because we will never agree with anyone 100%. We'll agree on points. We'll agree on things. We'll agree on different subjects. But it's irrational to believe that you're ever going to find somebody that you agree with on everything. And I think the problem that we're seeing in the world today is that we've got this standard that so many people hold that unless you and I agree on everything, we are enemies. No. It's perfectly all right to have differing opinions. It's perfectly all right to think differently than your brother, your sister, your mother, your father, your husband, your wife, your spouse. It's okay to think differently. The issue becomes, what happens when I won't do that? What happens when I am so convinced in my own self-righteousness that it has to be my way or the highway? That's when trouble comes. That's when dissension comes. That's when all of these things that the Bible warns us about comes. If you trouble your own house, you will inherit the wind. And it goes on to say, and the fool will be servant to the wise. I've read the Bible a time or two, and I have never seen it say in any place that we are to agree. It says we're to love. We are to love. And when we lose sight of the command that we have been given to love one another, that's when everything goes downhill. That's when everything becomes a mess. That's when everything becomes chaotic. And I don't know about you, I don't want chaos. I want peace. I want peace. I want to be with those people who I know love me in spite of me. And we're all blessed to have those people in our lives if we will just recognize them. Those people who love us in spite of us. Because I'm just speaking for me. I'm not the most lovable guy in the world. All right? Rusty Newsom pointed that out to me the other day. And I agree. Where is he? Oh, there you are. Okay. And I agreed with him, didn't I? I agreed with you. I said, I'm not the most lovable guy in the world. And I understand that about myself. And I understand that I can be abrasive. And I understand that I can be harsh and hard. But the wonder of it to me is that in spite of those flaws that I carry, and I'm working on them, there are people who still love me. You're trying to rub off on me. And what I tell you your problem was? You're too soft-hearted. It's good. It's good. Yeah, I'll trick your problem over mine any day. That's what you. And you think about the people who love us in spite of us. It's awe-inspiring. It's awe-inspiring. So as Proverbs reminds us, don't cause trouble at home. Don't cause trouble at home. You don't have to look very far to find an argument if that's what you're looking for. What's the point? What's the point? I'm not going to change Rusty. He's going to be a softie. But why? Why would I risk the relationship I have with him over something like that? And that's the question. And that's always the question. We shut doors because people disagree with us. But what does that do? What does that cause? Does that help us at all in anything? No. No. My family of origin was very dysfunctional. I'm adopted, and most of you know that. I'm adopted. And the family that adopted me, unfortunately, they took me in as their own, which meant they treated me like everybody else. I wasn't special because I was adopted. I was just another kid. And I looked at the things that occurred in my family of origin and how that shaped us. How it shaped me and how it shaped our kids and our grandkids and all of these things we carry around with us. And I can vividly remember my father was adamant that there wasn't going to be fighting at home. He wasn't going to have it. This was home. This was his place of peace. And he taught all of his children this. And I'm glad to say that our children have picked up on that. There's plenty of places to fight in this world. House doesn't need to be it. Be with those who you love. Love those who you don't understand. And trust that God is still God. He that troubles his own house will inherit the wind. Amen. Closing hymn.